guys, my name is Armin. In today's episode, Learning Revizto, I want to show you how to measure drawings or calibrate sheets in Revizto. So Revizto has a feature that you can calibrate any type of sheets. It doesn't matter it comes from Revizto or you import it directly as a PDF into Revizto. You can calibrate the entire sheet or you can apply it to the like a detail sheet that you have multiple scales on a sheet with kind of different type of details. You can create viewports for each. So it's really great features. I wanted to share this with you and show you that how you can do the collaboration and then how you'll be able to do like a get some area, length, and much more from the drawings. So without further ado, let's jump into Revizto, but make sure to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video.
In today's episode, Learning Revit, so we want to take a look at measuring tool. So we want to see how we can use the drawings, how to scale them, basically how to, get some areas, how to get if there's going to be any angle that we want to go off of. So it's a great tool that we can use it sometimes for our QTO as well, real quick, because you can get everything off of the drawings. So for these, we want to take a look at the 2D. So we want to go to the 2D area. Right here, you can basically have all your drawing. So you can select any drawings that you want. I'll just kind of select these level 2 drawing. I select the go into that drawing. So you guys can see on top there is going to be a ruler right here on top. So I'm going to click on the ruler. It's going to open up a box or an area for me. So what I'm going to do basically for this area, the first thing is going to be my actual kind of unit, right? So you have degree radians. Right here, if you want to select, meters, millimeters, survey feet, feet and inches, like everything is up to you, and there's a precision, right? So you can get 1/8, 16th, quarter, half an inch, 1/32. So you basically select whatever you feel comfortable here and you want to get. So when you are basically selecting this, you can come to this area. You have a few options that you can kind of work with, right? So this one is the ruler, which is going to give you the measurement of the area. So it gives you a length per feet. This is going to be the area. It's going to give you a square feet. This one is the polyline, give you again the length or perimeter of any area that you want. This one is gonna give you the angle, and this is for calibrating the sheets. So one note that I want to bring it up. So the good thing about Revit, so if you export the sheets from Revit and the sheets are already scaled and most of the PDF comes in automatically scaled, but always try to check your drawing. Just get any dimensions, go to these kind of ruler. So grab it from this corner, let's say all the way to here. Looks like this sheet is calibrated, right? So it's already like I haven't done anything. I just kind of export the sheet and Revizto recognize it and it's calibrated. And you can kind of change your items if you want. Let's say if you want to go to the blue or whatever, you'll be able to change the colors. So let's say you have a sheet that is not calibrated. So what do you want to do? So first you want to come over like here, this one, and any sheets you basically have the actual scale, right? So I'm gonna click on this calibrate. It's gonna open up a box for me. It's gonna tell me you want to do the entire sheet or you want to do a part of the sheet. So this option works when you have some sheet that has details. So and each details have a different scale. So you basically this one create a part of the sheet and then you let's say scale one area on 1/4, one area 1/8, one area 1/16, like for the details, and it's gonna be the viewports like what you have in AutoCAD. But right here, we this is the whole sheet is 1/8, so I'm gonna select entire sheet. So it's gonna tell me you want to use the standards. They have some presets right here, which is gonna be 1/16, 1/8. Sorry, we'll select this. Or if there's gonna be a custom, so if some items that you cannot find it, like on the sheet, you can kind of select here, pick the location and adjust it, or you want to kind of go to the standard. So let's just go to the standards, 1/8, done. So you can see right here, it creates a viewport, right? And the viewport says entire sheet, which is going to be the one that I created. So right now, my entire sheet, even though it was calibrated, or I just did it for you guys to see. So there's like a few nice options here. So one of them is going to be, like a new viewport. That's what I was kind of talking about. So if you have a detail area and you have a different location, right? So what you do, you're basically adding, right? It says, okay, this is my area, for example. You go and you said done. Let's say that area is, I don't know what, 30 seconds. Click. So basically, you have right now two viewports. One of them is this. So when you select on this one, this area is going to be highlighted and you can work. And when I do the entire sheet, is basically highlight the entire sheet and you can work over there. And if you want to delete anything, you simply go on top of it and delete. Yes, it's gone. So that viewport, keep in mind, you can just have as many viewpoints as you want based on whatever you have on the sheet, or you can just do the entire sheet. So the other items that I want to go over, so one of them is this one. So this one, calibrate this sheet 1-to-1, right? So if basically you have some drawings and doesn't have any scales or anything and you want to go 1-on-1, that's the best way to do it. This one is a great one that I like. So this one, export these calibration to other drawings. So if I click on this one and I go select, let's say, all sheets, so I know all of my floors and like all of these sheets that I have, basically all of them has the same scale. So I don't have to do these one by one, one by one, one by one. I can calibrate in one and then basically just go select all of them. And you can see I basically, let me show you. I just select one, hold shift, right? And then like, let's say all of these are the same thing. So I'm going to hit done. And it basically says the viewport will be exported to 34 sheets. So basically, uh, it's going to apply these settings or scaling to all the other sheets that I'm aware that they have 1/8, right? So you can simply do that and send it. This is what I like. And then this one is going to change the viewport's name. So if you want to change, like put the sheet number, if you want, you know, for your like a future, if you have many drawings, you can, let's say, call it this A2 scale at 1/8, is going to adjust this. And then simply if you're not happy with any of them, you can kind of delete them, right? So this is how you kind of create a viewport and start measuring. So while you select the sheet and you want to work a viewport, you can basically click on your ruler. So right now you feel comfortable. Yes, let's do some measurements, right? So let's say I want to do the measurement here, right? So it's basically give me 1/8. That's the area that, let's say, I like. If you want to get the diameter, it's just basically just click on it and go from, let's say, one point to other side. So you can see it doesn't matter where you go, you just basically grab the ruler and you can do your measurement, right? So I can, if you're not happy, delete. Let's try our area. So the area, when you click on, again, it has a bunch of a little bit settings. You can get the length for each segment. You can get the total length of the area, which is going to be the perimeter of that area, and you can see the label inside. So let's just do like a quick over here. I want to go from here to here. You can kind of come down there, here. Uh, so this is give me the length. You can see the square feet or the area. And if I kind of check these total, it's going to give me the total length of this, right? So it's basically 136. So I think this is kind of helpful when you do your logistics, right? So when you do your logistics and you kind of put your fencing all around, you can easily can grab this. You can also do it in Bluebeam. Same thing here. You can, change the color if you like it or you don't. You can kind of delete. The next one, it's Polyline. So you can click on the Polyline, has the same thing, can give you the total, and also is going to give you the segment. So let's say if you want to go like at different areas like this, and you want to, have a different um, area measured, you'll be able to kind of do that. I can adjust, basically give you the whole length. So this is like for each segment, and the total is 100 feet and some change. So just want to make sure you kind of aware that the polyline is going to give you the perimeter. You can the segment. You can go anywhere. The area, square footage area, is going to give you the area, obviously. And then right here we have the angle. So the angle is pretty easy, right? So you can basically just draw whatever you have, and it's going to give you the angle of that area. So if you want to grab the specific angle or any areas that you want, you'll be able to kind of do that. So the other thing is, if you are making some markup, you can see some measurements. The good thing with the Revizto is you can create issue anywhere you want to be. So right here, if you want to be doing some markups, doing some measurement, and you want to create an issue, you simply click on it. It's going to open up the same area for you. You can put your issue number. It can carries over all the markups that you have over here. You can select your stamp, put the stamp on if you have any images that you want to bring in, any more markups you want to add. And it's going to be a really, really interactive process if you want to send it from basically your markups from your dimensions, kind of send it over, right? So now let's just look at one details sheet and then see how we can create a different viewport. So under drawings, I'll just come down over here. It says detail. You can see I have a multiple detail on the sheet. This one has 321, 3/421. So you can see there's going to be a different type of um, dimension on this one. This one is 1.5 to 1 foot and more. So we did talk about if you have a lot of stuff like this on the sheet, you need to create a viewport. So you're going to create a ruler right here. So right now I'm going to select part of the sheet and see how cool it is. Like basically Revizto identifies all of these details, right? Because it's like a different portion of the sheet, part of them is going to select. And it's only asking me to select one by one, right? So I'm just going to select here, let's say to here. And I'm gonna name this one, let's say detail, what is that, number one, number three. So this one is detail three, let's say page, whatever it was, A5501, for example. And you wanna put the scale next to it. This is like a 3 inch, right? So when it says done, and he's gonna ask you, okay, you wanna customize it. We know we don't have it here, right? Like I don't see 3. So it's going to be easy. You just come here. That it says 3 inch, 1, right? And also you can, if you have a specific dimension of the sheet at that corner that shows the scale, you can still pick it from the sheet. But there you go. So that one is done. We have everything good. Next, go to the next one. So part of the sheet, yes. I'll just select this guy. And then what is this one? Is detail 2 on A501. My scale is 3/4. And then I'm going to hit 1. So this one was 3/4, 1, and then done. And you can see how basically you can kind of create all of these real quick, right? So the next one, another viewpoint part of the sheet. Yes. Let's just do this one. This is like a different dimension. So I just grab the area that I want. I'll just name it, that's detail 5 on sheet 501. And then my scale is 1 and 1.5. Okay. So that's cool. I'll just come over here. It says 1.5 inch, and then for 1 foot. And then there you go. So I kind of, you can do for as many as you want, but I just want to show you. And right now when I select that one, you can see basically that one is created, and I can do all the other stuff that we went for one sheet. You can apply it over here, right? You can basically just export views to other sheets, make one-on-one. You can get the area over there. You can do the actual dimensions or whatever you want on these areas, and you know that everything is going to be basically accurate, and then you feel comfortable doing all of those. So I think this is going to be a great approach if you want to do some QTO for creating perimeters, length, area, some angles. Let's say if you have your logistics plan, you want to get the fencing, you can basically do it over here. Hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure if you enjoyed the video to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.